Am I the a-hole for refusing our special birthday dinners since they don't make me feel special? When I was 7, my life morphed completely. My mom married my stepdad, and we moved in together, my stepbrother, my stepsister, and me, into a house that suddenly banned peanuts, tree nuts, dairy, and shellfish. My stepbrother's dairy allergy meant any milk, cheese, butter, or cream was off limits, and my stepsister's shellfish allergy was so severe that even a stray shrimp shell fragment could send her to the hospital. Overnight, our kitchen cupboards were purged, peanut butter and Nutella disappeared, and even my beloved cereal bars were swapped for unrecognizable granolas. At first, it seemed like a small sacrifice: sunflower seed butter instead of peanut butter, soy milk instead of cow's milk. But I didn't know the real toll until family life became defined by those allergies. By the time I turned 8, the no nuts, no dairy, no shellfish rule had spread from our home into every restaurant and delivery option. My parents discovered a restaurant with an entirely allergen-free kitchen, no nuts in any dish, no dairy, no shellfish. The place became a revelation for them, effortless, safe, and seemingly perfect for my siblings' needs. What started as an occasional treat morphed into an ironclad rule. Every family meal out, every takeout order, every birthday celebration had to come from that one restaurant. For birthdays, I learned early that my special day would mean kale chips shaped like fries, trays of quinoa bowls topped with squash wedges, and baskets of sweet potato chips. One birthday, I tried to hide my disappointment behind a smile as my mom lit candles on a quinoa cake slathered in cashew cream frosting. Another year, I lingered by the window, hoping my little brother's allergy would miraculously disappear for just one night so I could have pizza with real mozzarella. None of it happened. My siblings ate safely, yes, but I left the table with barely half my plate eaten, feeling left out and unnoticed. At school, classmates would talk about their birthday wishes for pepperoni pizza or ice cream sundaes. I remember a classmate's party where they served chocolate lava cake and hot wings. I watched them pile on ranch dip, buffalo sauce, and salty fries, my mouth watering. Meanwhile, my own party that year arrived in identical green cardboard boxes filled with roasted beet fries, spiralized zucchini noodles, and tofu skewers. I suppressed the urge to cry. I thought, my birthday's supposed to be mine. Yet I swallowed my feelings because my parents said safety and family unity was more important. As I grew older, I tried to negotiate. I was 10 when I first brought home menus from other allergy-aware places: a pizza joint using vegan cheese, an ice cream shop churning coconut milk scoops in a separate freezer, a barbecue truck that promised zero cross-contact by using dedicated utensils. My heart fluttered as I handed my mom those glossy flyers, imagining real pizza crust, gooey cheese, maybe even a slice of pepperoni. But she handed them back without a glance. "We're set with our restaurant," she said. "It's easier. It keeps everyone calm." My parents' tone made me feel like a child asking for candy at the grocery store checkout, a trivial request dismissed for the sake of routine. At 11, I remember the sting more sharply. We were at that restaurant for my birthday, and I overheard my grandparents raving about the menu's inventiveness. Carrot top hummus, baked radish crisps, cauliflower steaks glazed in tamarind. My grandma patted me on the head. "Isn't this wonderful, sweetheart?" I forced a smile, nodded, took a tiny bite, gagged internally, and plastered my expression back to polite. My mom shot me a warning glance and whispered, "Be grateful." That moment solidified something in me. I was celebrating every year with my family, but it never felt like my celebration. By 14, I'd endured 7 birthdays of bland health food tasting menus. I'd petulantly pushed carrots aside, nibbled at popcorn beans, and watched my siblings devour whatever they wanted within their allergy limits. I'd developed a strategy. Arrive hungry, speed eat whatever I could stomach, then bolt to my room with a hidden packet of peanut M&M alternatives stashed in my backpack. It felt childish, sneaky, but it was the only way I could get real flavor. I asked my parents if I could treat myself to dinner after everyone went home. They refused, insisting the family dinner was the only honor I needed. Turning 15, I finally exploded. We sat around the table, my plate half full of beets, squash chips, and brown rice salad, and I said it. I don't want this anymore. Birthdays are supposed to be what I like. My stepbrother can eat dairy if it's served carefully. My stepsister can handle a tiny shrimp in a safe environment. Why do I have to eat food I hate every year? I feel punished. My mom's cheeks turned pink and then red. She said I was being disrespectful, ungrateful, even cruel to my siblings. My stepdad warned me I was shaming them for their allergies. The words stung. Shaming them? Turning my own pain around onto my siblings. I sat there, angry, ashamed, but also relieved I finally spoke up. It led to a cold aftermath. My parents stopped asking what I wanted for my birthday. A month before my 16th, I insisted we talk. I said birthdays should be about the person whose name is on the cake. I proposed possible fixes. We could rotate restaurants. Each birthday person picks the place they love. Allergy rules apply only for safe preparation. Or we could host the meal at home. I'd cook mac and cheese for me and vegan cheese variations for my brother, shellfish-free dishes for my sister, all prepared safely. My parents declined everything. We have a routine that works, they told me. We won't reinvent it each time. Their words felt like a locked door between my wants and the family's convenience. On the day itself, they sent out digital invites, ordered our usual dishes, but nobody showed. My uncle texted regrets. My cousins blamed final exams. My best friend said she had to work late. They all knew I'd opted out. I walked into the living room, saw the green boxes stacked on the coffee table, the lit candles waiting on top of a lentil loaf cake. My mom tried to coax me into sitting with them. My stepdad tried to laugh and ask if I wanted to go to a movie instead. I just shook my head. I realized that the tradition had become a trap, not a celebration. I sat in silence while they quietly ate, then I went to my room and played a video game instead of blowing out candles. That night I felt an odd mix of guilt and freedom. Guilt for letting my family down, for the pitied looks my mom gave me. But freedom in knowing I didn't have to pretend. My stepsister sent me a voice message singing happy birthday. My brother video called to wish me well. They didn't ask about dinner. They showed up with genuine joy for my day. It hit me then. My frustration was never with their allergies. It was with the way adults used convenience as a shield against my happiness. The next morning, I sat in the kitchen while my parents silently cleared boxes. I told them I missed feeling special. I told them I appreciated all they'd done, but birthdays felt like rituals performed for safety, not celebration. They listened but didn't respond. I suggested giving everyone a voice. Let's draw names each month and the chosen person picks the restaurant or meal at home. Let's set up dual menus when needed. Let's plan together and share the work. They sighed and said maybe someday. I pressed, not someday, my next birthday. They still hesitated. Since then, I've researched even more creative solutions. I found online groups where families host allergy buffer zones, tables labeled for each restriction plus an open zone. I read about potluck traditions where guests contribute dishes tailored to the birthday person and hosts ensure separate utensils and prep spaces. I learned about cross-contamination checklists serious chefs follow without sacrificing flavor. I envision a festive buffet. Cheesy pasta for me, vegan renditions for my brother, shellfish-free soul food for my sister, all lined up so we can sit together. I've also talked to friends who navigated similar issues. One friend's mom hires a caterer who sets up allergy-safe stations and then a dessert bar with cupcakes for the kids who can eat everything. Everyone mingles. No one feels singled out. Another friend makes cupcakes at home. He bakes half with dairy, half dairy-free, then lets each guest choose. It's not perfect, but it's balanced. I still wrestle with self-doubt. Am I demanding too much? Is my childhood bitterness clouding my judgment? My parents worry I'm being selfish. They remind me that allergies can kill, that I'm lucky to have a safe option. I know they're right about safety. I would never jeopardize my siblings' health. But there must be a way to merge safety and joy. I believe a little extra planning, a few rotated choices, a bit of mutual respect for each person's taste can transform our birthdays from bland obligation into genuine celebration. I'm determined to try again. Next month, I'll lay out a plan, a birthday calendar, a sign-up sheet for kitchen tasks, a list of restaurants with allergy protocols. I'll offer to handle all the research and prep. I'll show them how other families do it. I'll remind them that birthdays mark growth, joy, and the person we love. Then I'll ask for my chance, my turn to feel celebrated. Because at the end of the day, feeling special shouldn't depend on routine. It should depend on being heard.